happy Saturday. Whew, it's been great. I'm out in the park, just relaxing in the sunshine. Totally excited. Saturday or last Sunday, I had to sit in my car. So today it's nice enough for me to sit outside and record. So, like I mentioned to you guys before, I totally enjoy the peace and the serene of the water. And I think it's my affinity for missing my home in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, and walking by the Ohio River and really into breathing in some fresh air. Well, it's not always that fresh, but getting to breathe in the fresh air. But today is a good day. I just had a quick thought that I wanted to put out there. According to Webster's Dictionary, Merriam-Webster's Dictionary, it says that trust is a reliance on or a confidence in. Now, I will say trust doesn't come easily. It takes time to develop trust in our relationships. It takes time. It takes getting to know the person. It takes knowing that that person has integrity. It takes knowing that that person can be depended on. It takes confidence in that person. So my husband and I, we've, as I mentioned to you several weeks ago, we've overcome some major challenges. And one of the things that we've had to overcome is a lack of trust. Now, I don't mean that anything negative has happened or anything like that, or anything damaging has happened. Not saying that, but you can have a lack of trust just in everyday conversation. You can have a lack of trust in just how you handle the kids. You can have a lack of trust in how you relate to each other. And sometimes once trust is broken, it's really hard to get that back. And that's in any relationship. Sometimes when we have disagreements and we have certain ways of doing things, we can break trust with someone else. Now, I'm not talking about the kind of trust or breaking of trust that's egregious or betrayal, which we all can understand when there is a lack of trust there. But sometimes we break trust when we're not even aware. My husband and I, when we have disagreements, we try to make sure that we have rules of engagement. What do I mean by that? We set some ground rules on things that we will say to each other and things that we won't say to each other. And we try to have conversations that are respectable. You can do this not necessarily just with your spouse, but you can do this with your family members. You can do this with your co-workers. You can do this with any relationship that you have. Because sometimes even just a matter of me interrupting him or him not fully listening to me, trust is broken. So the next conversation that we have, I don't necessarily want to talk to him because he's not necessarily listening to me. Well, sorry, Marcus, I'm using you as an example. In relationships that really mean something, I think it is advantageous to us to really protect the trust that we have, protect the confidence that we have in that person. How do we do that? Marcus and I have developed some rules of engagement. Number one, we respect each other when we're in heated situations. We respect each other outside heated situations, but that's kind of easy. But in those moments, we respect each other. Number two, we try to listen to what the other person has to say without interrupting. And number three, we ask questions when we don't understand. We try to stay away from assuming and get a clear understanding. And we are both, number four, willing to come to a decision, come to a consensus, and move forward. Sometimes that is apologizing. Sometimes that is forgiving. So in crisis situations, in hard situations, sometimes it's just really unbearable for both parties to listen to each other with understanding. But if we implement some rules of engagement and really protect what we have, then we can move forward. That's through protecting the trust and walking in forgiveness and understanding. Well, that was just a thought that I had for today. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your weekend.